Good morning, boys and girls. It is Wednesday, November 25th. It is the day before Thanksgiving. 400 years ago. That is sometime between the dinosaurs and Mrs. Bulger being born, okay? Somewhere in between there, people from England came over on a boat over the ocean to the new world called the United States of America. Well, it wasn't called then. It wasn't called the United States then, but now we call it the United States of America. And they were trying to get to a place where we call Virginia, and they ended up being in Massachusetts. Totally different area. It's like they wanted to come down here, and they ended up here. It's kind of warmer down there, a little colder up here. So they land there, and what happens? Oh, here's my little pilgrims. Okay, yeah, they kind of dress this way. They didn't wear our clothes, okay, and we don't wear their clothes either. But when they arrived on a ship, they had nothing. They had nothing. Okay, they had axes and bow and arrow and guns and things like that, and they had a few animals with them, and they had each other. But when they got there, they couldn't just drive to a Walmart or a Lowe's or a Home Depot or a ShopRite, because number one, they couldn't drive because they didn't have cars. That wasn't invented yet, because it was 400 years ago. This is way before your grandma, your great grandma, your great 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 grandma. That's how, long time ago. They had to chop down trees. So I'm going to use my little Lincoln logs here to kind of show you that they had to chop down the trees to make houses. Now Mrs. Bulger had a hard enough time making a little Lincoln log house this morning. And these things are pre-cut. I didn't have to chop them down with an axe or anything. And I don't know how they did it, because to me this is not easy, but it is a lot of fun playing with Lincoln logs, and we have Lincoln logs in the classroom. So when we get back to school, you guys better pull these out and start playing with them, because I was having kind of a lot of fun here playing with, trying to figure out how to make a house, and my roof is not going well at all. Okay, but I am better at cooking. So one of the things the pilgrims had were, they did bring cows and pigs and things like that. And a cow is wonderful because it can give you lots of different things. Again, no ShopRite, so they had to make their own things using what they had. And when you milk a cow, you get milk, and part of that milk is called cream. You can put cream in any kind of any kind of container with a lid. It doesn't have to be glass. But make sure the lid isn't a nice tight lid. You're going to pour it in, and cream is very liquidy, just like milk, but it's just a little bit thicker. You're going to pour in a little cream in here, about halfway. Okay, don't go any more than that, because you're going to need some wiggle room to shake. Okay, you put the lid on nice and tight. Smaller jars work great with you guys, the kids, because it's not too big. Okay, make sure it's nice and the lid is on nice and tight. Maybe you might want to put it in a Ziploc bag just in case it might leak a little bit, because you don't want heavy cream all over your house. And then you're going to start to shake. And I don't know if you can hear this. It's making a sloshing sound. It goes slosh, 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 slosh. And you're just going to keep shaking it. And your arms are going to feel like they're going to fall off. Trust me, they never fall off. Okay, but if you work this way, and then you work over your head a little bit, you can work out your arms in all different ways. This is good for moms and dads too, okay? This is your PE for the day. Now, when you start, you're going to hear it go slosh, 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 then I'm going to hear nothing. You're thinking, yes, I'm done. No, you're not done. You're only halfway. What happens is now the heavy cream has turned into whipped cream. And you could stop right there at a teaspoon, a half a teaspoon of vanilla and a little confectioner's sugar, and keep shaking a little bit more, and it will be delicious, heavy whipped cream. Be great on pumpkin pie, apple pie. It's great for the holidays. But our goal is butter. So you want to keep shaking, and you're going to hear nothing, and then after you keep shaking it and shaking, you hear nothing. You're going to hear thud, 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 thud. And you'll be like, whoa, what does that sound? And what's cool is, this has been sitting for a few seconds. You'll notice you can see through my jar. This jar that's new, you can't see through it at all, okay? This jar, you can see through it because the butter is sticking to the top. So if I open this up, you can see that there is your butter. the little bit of liquid that might come out. Oh, I really should this. Well, there's no butter. The little liquid that could come out is called buttermilk. Some people drink that. Not Mrs. Bulger. She doesn't drink buttermilk. But the buttermilk is good if you want to make buttermilk pancakes. But you need a lot more than just what's going to come out of here. This butter is completely edible. You could put it on crackers. You could put it on toast. You could put it on your table and feel like a real pilgrim by making your own homemade butter. Okay, I do it every year with the grandkids and my niece and my nephew. They come over and I hand them the glass jar and I tell them to go sit down and watch the parade, and they shake it and they hand it off because your arm is going to feel like it's going to fall off. Don't worry, they won't fall off. It's going to take about a full 30 minutes because you're going to give up. And I want you not to give up. I want you to just give it to a friend and say, or cousin or family member, and say, you shake it for a little while give my arms a rest, okay? If you make butter and you are successful, which this is an easy peasy lemon squeezy, you just have to keep doing it. Send me some pictures, okay? I want to be able to share this with the rest of the kids and go, look what you did. You were a real pilgrim. Okay, guys, I will see you guys at, let's see, who am I meeting first? Oh, morning class, 10 o'clock, afternoon class, 10:30. In the meantime, Mrs. Bulger's going to do some work. And then after everybody's done, I have to work on pies and the turkey. I have to go find him. He's roaming around no, he's not roaming around the backyard. I don't have a live turkey. But that would be funny if I had a live turkey and I had to go catch him. I don't have time for that. Okay, guys. See ya.